moments ago. Boy, the city of brotherly love is fired up. They're saying fly, Eagles, fly, as they get ready to match up with the Detroit Lions. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The drive will start with an option going left. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, my bad, we simply couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage. We've got to do a better job trying to root those guys out of there.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Off the play fake. Sharp. Flushed out right. He finds Smith out of the backfield. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Little glimpse of his athleticism there and what they're going to have to deal with. He can use his legs to dance around back behind the line of scrimmage and beyond the line of scrimmage.
And wouldn't you love to get a copy of their defensive scouting report going into the week? Because that's been stressed the whole time. Keep him bottled up. Keep him in the pocket. But it's the first drive of the game and emotions are running high. Someone forgot that, tried to make a big play, and gave up a bigger one instead.
Off the option, here's Williams. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
That's a very nice game there. A confidence-building run. Love the execution up front. And the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Off play action. Sharp. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And he spins past him and into space. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. Back to throw. Sharp. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Cameron Batson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Lions take it right down and score on the opening drive. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 24. They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. And, Charles, for this defense, they're a confident bunch. Some may say maybe too confident at times. How do you think that they approach a game like this when they're taking on a team that's lost 4 straight?
Well, if they're anything like their head coach, they're relying on that confidence. You and I both were sort of surprised at his weekly press conference when he was asked about this being a trap game. And he's almost boasting that he didn't see anything to worry about. That surprised both of us in a big way because we know that can be a dangerous tactic because I can guarantee you the guys on the other side, they heard that, and they're looking for anything to galvanize him.
Hurts sets up to throw it. He's got his man. It's Kendrick Bourne. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. But this seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that first down on third down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot, and they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown?
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll go option to the short side. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that. And here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game. And all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Give the tackle to Hassan Reddick. Well, this defense for the Lions, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Washington.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Hurts. And that'll be dumped off to Gainwell. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 32-yard line.
Well, I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield. And he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. Oh, and now some space to operate. And Hurts able to show off some of that elusiveness as he slides to the ground there, and in the process picks up the first down. This one out quickly to Watkins. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd and 9, Hurts. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Escaping the pressure right. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th. Matt Rule, a risk taker in college, going for it. They're going on 4th down with Hurts. And Goddard's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. Dallas Goedert, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Elliott good on the extra point. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They are guarding against the upset.
Now a throw here, hauled in.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last play.
And he is going to go down. They sack him on the final play of the first quarter. These two teams all tied after one. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Operating from the gun. Sharp. This is Smith with a grab.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on third down. From the gun, Sharp. He'll get this complete to Batson. And he is going to have the Lions first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Looking to throw. Sharp. Flush to his right. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he just throw the ball away and he winds up only picking up a yard or two.
Now it's 2nd and 9. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
From the gun on third down, Sharp. And this one complete to Smith. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. Back to throw. Sharp. Being chased out left. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Avonte Maddox. And the Eagles are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Defensively that time they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result.
Hurts fumbles it, but I believe it was covered by an Eagle. It was, and Philadelphia is going to hold on to the football. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
And then you're yelling at your own defense, sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you've got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Hurts. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. A big play there for Philly. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
And a pretty good run as he'll get this down close to a first at the Lions' 27. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. A few moving pieces on that play because that was an RPO, was it not?
It was, but one important piece that didn't move incorrectly, the offensive line. Because when you're running this play, as he continued down the line of scrimmage, sometimes the lineman can wander downfield. And if you're more than a yard downfield, it's illegal to throw the football at that point. But they held their ground, held their...
Blitz coming, and down he goes. They bring a man off the corner that time, and he gets home for a loss of 6. And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure and the outside pressure match, and maybe even a second wave to make sure if he squirts free, you've got someone to tackle him.
4 yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a 3rd down.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself.
From the gun, it's Hurts. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Jake Elliott for the field goal. A 38-yard attempt.
The kick by Elliott is good. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you've got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Looking to throw. Sharp. That's complete to his receiver, Benson. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
All right, open, complete. Touchdown, Detroit. Trinity Benson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Lions are going to jump back in front. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. ready at the line. This Philly offense set to go. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it.
And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. They brought him in off the corner, and he gets in to drop him for a loss of 4.
These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
On first and 10, it's Sanders. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3.
And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
They go play action with Hurts.
There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this one is incomplete.
Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on first and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Hurts looking here for Smith downfield. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here and 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Tracy Walker.
And the Lions will take over here just shy of the 30.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Throwing on first down. Sharp. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. A final shot before break. Sharp. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox.
And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
So we have reached halftime with the visiting Lions taking the lead to the break. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
It's the Eagles ready to see the football first, and they trail here as we resume action in this third quarter. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
They do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
Tracy Walker in on the tackle.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Hurts a handoff to Sanders.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
41 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. Now Sanders. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Romeo Okwara in on the tackle. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Here's a quick throw caught by Smith. And he'll be stopped right at midfield.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That one definitely helps as they try to push the ball down the field here, trailing early in the 3rd quarter.
And even though they're trailing, not abandoning the running game. People may call it an adjustment. I think it's just much more sticking to what works for you and continuing to have faith in it. And the running game is starting to pay off.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. On 1st and 10, it's Gainwell.
And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Hurts going to take this himself. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Here's Hurts to throw.
Throw right side, caught by Goddard, the tight end. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6.
And I'll tell you what, this offense is playing a little bit of keep away right now. They've come out here in the 3rd quarter, possessed the ball for quite a while, and they keep on converting. Nice pitch and catch there to set up the 1st and goal.
And they'll try the option on 1st and goal.
And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Off the option, that's complete. Touchdown, Eagles! Devontae Smith, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Eagles have retaken the lead. Elliott good with a PAT, and it's now 17-14. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
A good action to this point in the 3rd quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10.
To throw again.
Sharp. And they'll go back to Smith. This time it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
To throw on 2nd down. Sharp. And he fires one incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? Let's face it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
This would have been a 54-yard boot had they tried a field goal, but they will not try a field goal. They're going for it. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. Good spot on the field to go for it. Kind of no man's land, as they call it, and it worked out.
Yeah, they call it no man's land because your punter is telling you it's too short. I'm just going to punt it into the end zone. Your field goal kicker might give you a little raised eyebrow. Might be too far for the field goal, so it gives you a great chance to go for it. Personally, if you have those tendencies to be aggressive as a head coach, you kind of like this spot because it gives you the decision to go ahead and go for it when you want to anyway.
And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. A big connection on that one. 30 yards. Back to throw. Sharp. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. It's the fullback. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Lions have answered back with a 3rd quarter touchdown of their own to retake the lead. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They had gotten the lead with the opening drive touchdown in the 3rd quarter. Now they relinquished that lead back. Could be in for an interesting second half.
It certainly appears that way, doesn't it? Almost turning into one of those pendulum games, right? Where it swings back and forth, and who's going to make the play that changes that maybe it puts it on one side and keeps it there.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll go option on 2nd down, right side. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. Play action. Here's Hurts. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Will Harris.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On the option to give to Williams here. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
That's a gain of 4 here in the fourth quarter, with them leading by 4 on the scoreboard.
First down.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. On 1st down, it's Williams. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 50 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much for the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, they want to ride him down the stretch. He should have fresh legs.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. Sharp. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. So decision time now, because a field goal keeps it a 1-score game. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm looking at the down and distance, and that's where the issue comes in. It's not short enough that it's a no-brainer and you go for it. You have to analyze this one. To me, you take the field goal, take the points. I don't think you want to risk coming away with nothing.
Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
And able to get this out to the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And that last turnover could have proven more costly, but their defense only gave up 3. But now answering with a field goal. And he works free. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Marking down at the 49. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. Rolling to his right. His throw incomplete.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
Like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. And they'll run the option here with Hurts. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. Hurts throw taken in by Watkins here.
It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? And looking for a lane, but none to be found for Sanders as they stop him short of the line to gain. Open man has got it, the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
And with the scoreboard against him here in the fourth quarter, this was definitely four-down territory. Really nice job there finding a way to get open, and a really nice throw. That sets him up with first and goal.
Sanders. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Eagles are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got a second down now as they search for a score to break this tie. Looking to throw on second down. Sharp. And his pass incomplete. There have been quite a few plays they might look back on and say, we really have hurt ourselves, and that was another example.
And this is late-game execution. Everything on the line, so it all has to come together properly. The throw's made. Where's the catch? Got to catch in that spot.
Carrying it out deep for Smith. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
Well, the defense certainly did its job. They held up in that situation, and now fourth down, you've got to punt this and try to get to overtime. There's no decision to be made, in my estimation.
Elsewhere, they're into the fourth at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. And scoring yet again, the Colts extend that lead. If they can hold on to that lead to the end, it would up their win total to 7. Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Eagles will have it, taking over first and 10. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the pass.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
As Sanders there with a first down carry that might have gotten a yard, if that. Second down. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll fake the give to Sanders, and now Hurts. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Will Harris. And the Lions are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the fourth quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach made you say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Back to throw. Sharp. And he comes back with one complete. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking here for Smith downfield. And that one almost intercepted. Boy, he's got 2 already, nearly a third, but not to be, and it's 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Now a hit and a loose football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And in for the score. Are you kidding me? They return it, and they take the lead. McCann now for the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now.
Makes the score Lions 31, Eagles 24.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short of the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And in the 2nd quarter, he may very well have run by him. But in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. So after all of this, it comes down to one final play.
And just think of what it's going to be, because from this distance, you've got to be prepared for everything. Hook and laterals, tip balls, you name it. A lot of laterals after a catch. Just got to be prepared, stay on your feet defensively, and tackle someone.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions. And we talk so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams, right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film, they have to be careful not to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.
So for the Lions, they continue to put themselves in position for a first-round bye as they move to 8-2. And now they'll have the short week ahead as they'll host their annual Thanksgiving Day game on Thursday. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, add one more loss to the column. That drops them to a woeful 1-9 so far. And they'll look to regroup next week as